Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to distress lace. Now this is an idea I came up with, so I think it's unique. I apologise if there is something else out there similar to this, but I've not actually seen anything myself. I was just playing around with things. I wanted to distress some lace for a tag I made recently, and I just thought this might be a good way to do it. So for this tutorial you'll need some lace that you want to dye. The ink pad obviously of the colour that you want to dye the lace to, some scissors, a tool just to hold the lace down while we're heat setting the ink, so obviously you'll need a heat gun. You need a surface. I'm just using some card. I mean, you can use cutting mat, anything where you just don't mind getting ink on, getting messy. Obviously you need some greaseproof paper or tin foil, aluminium foil. I'm using foil for this. Greaseproof paper is fine too. And of course you will need your heat gun, and you will need a little bit of water also. Start off with, you need to get your piece of lace ready. So I'll just cut some off of this. Now you don't have to be neat about this, because obviously this is going to be a distressed ink and it's going to have holes in it and it's going to be dyed, so it's going to look very rough looking. So obviously it doesn't matter how neatly you've cut. So I'm just going to use that size piece. That's just fine to demonstrate with. Right, now you want to take your piece of foil or greaseproof paper and you want to fold it in all around the edges, just so we make sort of a tray with it. Excuse the rustling. So if you just start folding your edges over once like that, and then on your second fold just fold it up like that, so you've got a barrier, and you want to just keep doing the same thing all the way around. If you've done that, you will have formed a tray. You just see, I mean, obviously you could use a aluminium foil takeaway tray for this, or just a plastic container, anything really where the ink and the water will just run off. It won't actually just soak through, so that's why we're just using this. But like I say, anything you have, I just find this is just more easier, cost effective way just to make a tray. Right, once you've done that, you want to take your ink pad. Now this part can get a little bit messy, you could get some on your hand, so whether you want to actually just wear a glove, it's entirely up to you. So you just want to take your ink. The one I'm using, obviously as I said before, is Tim Holtz, and it's the walnut stain. Right, so you just want to take your ink pad directly and just start working the ink onto your foil. So just dab the ink pad a few times onto there, and then you just want to start adding a drop of water. I've just got some in a jar here, so just start adding some water, and as you see, the water will mix in with your dye, with your ink pad, sorry, and then just swirl that around a bit just to mix the ink pad in. Obviously the intensity of this is entirely up to you. Have a play around, then you'll realise yourself how much ink and water you'll like for the effect. Right, so get mainly all the water into the middle. Next you want to take your piece of lace and then pop that into there, and then just use your tool or whatever, just swish it round into your solution. Just take it out and turn it over, and just leave that in there just for a couple of minutes. Once you've done that, you want to take your lace out of your bath. Okay, and then lay it down onto your surface. Right, so now you've taken your lace out. Like I say, this is not that dark. I mean, you could have probably put a little bit more in, but like I say, just play around with it and then you'll get to the effect that you want. Right, like I say, to dry this off, we're now going to use the heat gun, and also when we're drying it as well, using the heat, it is actually going to burn holes into the lace to give it more of a distressed look. Now obviously as the lace is burning you will get a slight bit of smell, so it might be better to do this in a well ventilated area. Like I say, it's perfectly fine, the fumes won't hurt you or anything, it's just obviously it might just be a little bit of a smell that it's not the best in the world, so I'd say probably might be wise just to have a window open or something while you're doing this. Right, so you're now going to start heat setting. And just use your tool just to hold it if it starts wanting to move around a little bit. So like I say, just keep moving the heat gun round just to start off, just to dry that ink off. Once you start noticing it drying, then you can start holding the heat gun in one position, and then that is how we're going to start burning the holes through it. So it's starting to shrink, and then as you can see there, you start to burn through the lace. Obviously depending on how much the distressed effect you want, you'll make the more. That's nice. So I'll just get a bit of the smell now, so like I say, I definitely would recommend that you do this in a well ventilated area. So there we go, I'll finish that off and then I'll just pop a picture on at the end. So there we go, that's how to distress lace using your distress inks. I hope you enjoyed. Please take care and rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.